2, 3, now.
I'm sitting here in a garage. 3 cute boys laughing in my face. Crooked spine. I'm using the real words of the song that Green Day did 'cause I'm lazy. On my own, here we go. Yeah, baby. If you're a real hardcore Green Day fan, you know that song as American Idiot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a scoliosis? Is that?
I think that Billy Joe Armstrong the third has scoliosis, and that's what he's talking about is crooked spine.
Okay. Yeah.
In that, yeah.
Scoliosis.
It's 'cause he's
it's no joke.
okay.
Yeah, it's because he's high in his room that he's
Because
saying
he's
it's
hunched
crooked
over
spine.
jerking it, right?
Hunched over jerking it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is how I usually jerk off.
I'm usually in a fetal
That's the point of
position.
delirium. Yeah.
Just fucking
That's
jerking
what I was
off.
picturing.
Rapid fire.
Usually on like a shower floor.
Oh, wow.
You actually sit on the floor in the shower.
No, he jerks downwardly onto the shower.
No.
Really? You're on like all fours, like bear crawling?
No, I'm
He
curl.
stands and jerks, and the cum falls to the floor because of science.
Gravity.
I can't stand.
Sir
And,
Isaac Newton came
I
in
can't
a shower.
stand and jerk. I feel like that's just weird.
Really?
Laws of physics. No,
Yeah.
I have and I can, but it's not one of my
Wait, do you
preferred
normally
positions.
lay and
It's-
jerk?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah,
fucking serious?
I'm laying
of
down.
course.
What?
Laying
You're sitting there
down.
laying down.
Laying
Where
down
does
is
the
the
jizz go? It's on
only.
your own stomach?
Yeah. and
That's
wait.
exactly where
That's
it goes.
exactly where it goes. You're
Bulla.
just pinpointing that.
That's where it goes
You know,
all the
I
time.
can't
Like,
talk.
what kind of cleanup game do you have?
Clean up? Alright.
Nothing.
So
The dog?
now I just gotta fucking I have a jizz rag. I
Do you have
literally
a
just
Roomba
ate
that-
jizz rag.
Made for jizz. You got to switch that shit out or wash it every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it can take up a couple of
probably
loads.
Take a
No, it
beating?
can take a couple months worth of loads.
Yeah,
before
but then
really
you,
have
of
to
course you gotta wash it.
You have to wash it at some
When
point.
I was a young kid, I would just you would be laying down, you'd come on your stomach. I would take my boxers and I would just pull it up and then wipe down. And I would
Yeah.
just go to sleep.
Fuck yeah. I still do that.
Gross.
All my boxers and underwear have jizz on them from either sex or jerking off. Most of the time
Do
jerking
you
off.
jerk off in my house?
I have.
Have
If
you?
we're talking about it, yeah, I have. I've
Like,
jerked off
when
in
I'm
your
not
bed.
here?
Yeah, when you're not there. I don't jerk off when you're here, but I jerk off when you're not here. Why is this so shocking to you?
It's not. I'm coming to terms with you.
Sometimes I wake
Okay.
up, no one's around.
No. Might as well.
Might as well, there's nothing else
Yeah.
to do.
Watch some Ava Taylor. I don't know.
Ava Taylor.
Yeah.
Who's she? What nationality is she?
She's like
Fucking question. is
she's
that?
like a white mixed with a something else.
I was thinking Asian. But
I think
she's
it's
maybe
white mixed with Asian.
Mixed with Pacific Islander, maybe?
She's really hot, and she only did like porn for like a couple of times, and then she got like depressed, and then now she's an artist somewhere.
I would love to watch those porns because you know that she got depressed after doing it.
Yeah,
Something
'cause
about that.
Because I was a fan of hers, and then I watched a documentary, like a porn documentary, which is always sad.
Yeah, I
yeah.
never watch the documentaries about porn. It'll ruin porn.
Oh, I
for the
do
next
it all
30
the time
minutes.
because it just makes it better for me.
Yeah, I do like to hear about the sadness. That
Yeah,
there
you
is.
ever like turn on the interview of a sad porn star and then watch
Yes.
the video at the same
I haven't
time?
done that, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, it's
I would
so.
love to do that.
Oh, ooh.
I like in some porn they actually interview the girl first, sort of like a casting couch sort of thing, but not
Yeah.
quite. They ask her questions about her sexual history or whatever, and she's just like cute and talking about like, oh yeah, I'm into that, I'm into that. And you can tell she's already acting. She's already acting.
For sure.
And then she gets right down to it, and then you see her like totally just get railed.
I mean,
You
just
know?
fucking
Oh my God.
penis into vaginas. We're 4 minutes in.
I spend all week recovering from hearing you guys talk. I listened to a Whitney Cummings interview. Please don't comment on her last name.
I was gonna say, where is she coming?
And she was saying that she hangs out with disgusting comedians all the time, and she constantly tells them, don't talk to me like you talk to each other because I'm trying to believe that there are still good men in the world. And I feel that way. Like
how is what we're talking about making us not good men? You know, like
no,
we
but it just made me
enjoy
it just
to watch
made me
girls get
remember
railed.
like it is true because like I have a very jaded outlook on men, and it's interesting. Chris just pulled his shorts all the way up to his meaty taint.
Yeah,
and
is
just
that like
flashing
the
his lasers at
erotic
us.
erotic move.
I'm trying to seduce Caleb mid-podcast.
It's working.
You see this right here? This could be your hand.
Put that.
Yeah, that
flip it in
should not be working. That is not a.
Can we please
Mike's
put that
even
on
getting
a
turned on right
promoted
now.
post?
I mean, a little bit. I don't want to
Himself
admit
in the
it,
chair.
but am I at least half chub? Maybe.
Aren't you guys always half chub?
I can work with a half chub, dude. I've gotten some work done with a halfie before. Like sometimes a halfie
That's
has a
so
texture
confusing to me.
and a certain thing about it that actually will feel better than a rock hard dick. I think for some girls.
I think that maybe, yeah, I could see that because I think maybe it's more like wiggly, and so like texturally it like hits more spots.
Kind of like the worm outside of car
Yeah.
chips. You
It's
know,
like banging around
For
in
sure.
there, just
Yeah.
hitting all kinds of buttons.
on a crazy windy day. That's how I like my dick to be. Like a rock hard dick, like you know what it's gonna do. A wiggly dick is kind of unpredictable. You don't know where it's gonna go, what it's gonna hit, and it hits weird things at different times.
It's the wild
Sure,
card.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
a real
opposed to
wild
that.
card. It's like the Oakland A's.
But it has to be like a. It has to be like a. You know, it's not half and half. It has to be a little harder than a half and half.
A good halfie is pretty hard. Like if you're halfway hard, like it's still hard enough to get some shit done.
I think if you're already in, maybe.
I can put it in soft and get myself to a halfie, and then get myself to a full. You ever do that, Mike? You ever put it in kind of soft?
Like
You use your
fully
thumbs
soft?
and kind of like jam it in
Who are
there.
these girls letting you jam your soft dick into them? Don't answer that.
No, I'm usually hard.
Oh, usually, yeah, but
Yeah.
I like that you have a whole maneuver.
yeah.
Push it in with your thumbs.
Kind of like, have you ever? What is it like? It's like packing something into like a pipe or something, or like you use your thumbs and you really push your soft skin.
I like
No, 'cause,
how
like,
much
these, like,
more timid you're getting as we just completely are
I'm getting more
confused.
flaccid as a personality.
Yeah,
as
you're
I'm talking
about
about
your flaccid dick. I think that guys get so weird about the hardness of their dick, and it doesn't make sense to me.
No.
No, because this is the
Because
thing.
all dicks get hard.
Women
all
are
right?
at a disadvantage because whether, or I mean, at an advantage because whether or not we're turned on, our hole is a hole. It's like there's times.
But it should not be dry, though.
Okay, but my point is that like you can moisten a hole. You can't force a penis to get erect if it's not into it.
I have. I
He's made some
to
threats.
Negate that, yeah.
Negate it.
Negate it, yeah.
You just-
heard about negate bait?
It's 2018. You can't say that.
You just think about other stuff till you get hard.
No, I don't even think about anything. That's the thing, is that you can't be thinking about things while you're having sex. You're in the moment.
You don't think about other people.
That's my problem. I think about too many things.
Wait,
Stop
so
thinking
you're
about
telling me
anything.
that you don't think about other people while
Just
you're
turn into an
fucking?
animal. No, I've never done that. I
you
don't see
serious?
how people do that, no.
Really?
No.
You think about the person you're with?
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
boy.
And sometimes I will do this, though. I'll think about other things in their life, not sexual at all. Just the way they do certain things sometimes. Like if I'm trying to come or something, I'll think about the way that they get in and out of a car. Or like how they build their lives. Like I really like how like if somebody's like really well put together, or really like has like a good life, like I'll think about that like while we're fucking, of like, damn, shit is on.
Wait a
You're on
minute.
top of shit.
What
That's
does that
crazy.
mean?
What do you mean? What
Like,
what
so
does
you
that
think
mean?
about like them making their car payment on time?
Oh yeah.
Are you serious right
Like,
now?
do you have car insurance? Are you insured?
You think about that?
License and registration, please.
Is it the security of like them being a well-rounded and whole person?
I think it's sexy. I think it's yeah.
Like
yeah.
a person being really together is sexy.
Like just imagine them like doing their taxes.
Then how do you ever get hard for me?
Well, because you're a very
the
well put together
least
person. No, you're
ever.
very well. You say that, but you have 3 small kids, you know, and
That's
that
what
can
makes
get
you
messy.
hard.
And they're all living.
And they're all living. So that's great. That's a step in the right direction. Sometimes I just think about the fact your kids are alive.
What's the weirdest thing?
Sorry.
Oh my god! What's the weirdest? Like, I'm curious. Like, what thing you've ever thought about? Like, with me, with that, because that's the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
It's not that weird. I think if you're listening to this and you can identify, like, right in, like, I really think about not sexual things about the person I'm fucking, like while we're fucking or something like that.
I think about non-sexual things, but not even about the person, just random shit.
Random shit pops in there.
Yeah. My mind wanders
like I could think,
so
like
much.
I understand where you're coming from. If you're like, oh, someone like was doing a thing sexually, but it's weird that you just think about like mundane
Yes, because that's what makes a person sexy to me. Is can they do a mundane thing that's interesting to me? Like watching you get in and out of your car to me is sexy. Watching you, I don't know, just do anything that you do. To me is sexual in its own way. It doesn't have to do with sex at all. It's just sort of like if you love a person and you think a person is sexy, you find every little thing they do sexy.
That I feel that way with you too. Sometimes I'll see you like doing a little thing. Like I like watching you when you were hosting a show on Monday. I was like
an open mic.
Okay, an open mic.
They're action figures.
God, you're so obsessed with open mics. You have this weird humble brag where you're like, it's an open mic. Like you just love telling people you do open mics.
I just hate how open mic comics will be like, I did this show. Was it a show or was it? Did you put your name on a piece of paper and then go up? Yeah.
But the thing is, I call it a show because it's just as much of a show as the fucking show that happens in that room on Sundays.
That can be true.
That's fair.
That's fair.
So that's why I say it, because it's not really any different, and we call that other thing a show.
Sure, but you have to get booked, or we have to like you to put you on that. I don't like a lot of people who sign up on Mondays.
But there's not really an option.
That's not true. The community is very strong, and I like everybody.
Last Monday was very supportive.
I loved you hosting, but I loved watching you do. Like I get it. I like watching you do mundane things. I kind of see where you're coming from. I've never thought to think about them during sex. But that's interesting.
Now you will.
You should try. Like, think about the fact. Like, think about the stuff that I do during the day.
Like, you want me to think about you jerking off and playing 2K?
Or jerking off and playing 2K. Like, oh yeah, this guy is so good at 2K.
He's so good at 2K. I don't understand 2K. I've never seen you climb a tree or do tree work, so I can't really think of that.
If you did,
I've seen you on a roof.
Yeah.
This is a really boring podcast. I'm sorry, you guys.
Okay, me and Kayla went on a crazy road trip over the summer, right? While we were in Boulder, we were almost out of money, and then I meet this couple, and they say...
and we fucked them, and then we put them in their trees.
But this couple was like... we did not fuck this couple, just so it's out there. Yeah. They're very nice. I forget their names.
They're incredibly kind, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and then I mentioned to them I do tree work, and that we're on a road trip, and whatever. She's like, well, we have some tree work that needs to be done at our house, and I was like, I don't have any tools, I don't have a truck, but thank you. And she's like, we got tools. And the cool thing about Boulder, Colorado, is you put all your brush on the side of the road, and once a week, a truck will come by and just pick up all your brush.
No shit.
Yeah. And so we did 4 hours or 5 hours of tree work for them, made $200, and we were on our way.
Right.
It was solid. Yeah, it was a great little hustle on the road trip.
Yeah, it was fun to felt normal to have like a normal day job for a minute, like in this chaos of driving around, sleeping in Walmart parking lots, and eating from gas stations and showering in truck stops.
We had a day of work.
And it felt great. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think Boulder was one of the only places that were like, we could maybe live here.
But it's as expensive as Sonoma County.
Yeah, it was.
Boulder's really nice, though.
It's gorgeous.
Boulder's great.
But it was fun, and yeah, it was nice to do something tangible for somebody else.
And we made some friends, and they loved that we did comedy. They loved our sets. They saw us at the open mic, and they thought we were really fun. I was like, okay, so they already want me to do tree work. I'm about to go up. I got to not ruin this. You know, I gotta not be like, I don't want you at my house doing tree work. Because I think I've done some sets where they'd be like, you know what, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah,
you can't be trusted.
No, you can't be trusted with our tools.
And our home.
But, you know, they saw my set, they liked it. They saw your set, they loved it.
I think I had a bad set that night.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was a fun place, though.
But yeah, I get it. Like, I think maybe when you love a person... But I think for me, I have this weird thing about sentimentality where I love really hard and really openly when I love somebody.
I love so fucking hard.
I love so fucking hard, but then immediately in my brain, as soon as I feel like an overwhelming loving emotion, like some it's like, remember that paper clip in like fucking MS Word or whatever? Did you guys have that when you were kids? I know you're younger.
Yeah, that talks to you?
The paperclip that talks to me, I have one of those in my head that's just a weird nagging monster. And I'll have like a really loving moment, and then the fucking racist asshole dickbag paperclip will pop up and be like, yeah, but like, you know, no one can ever love you in your whole life, and you should probably kill yourself.
Kayla,
that's an aggressive paperclip.
Probably once a week.
Probably daily.
Almost daily. Kayla's like, you know what, Chris, you need to fucking leave and get out of here. And I'm not even kidding this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, at the same time, that's not all my fault entirely.
No, and I take blame for it.
So this is what I'm wondering too. It's like I think about this all the time because I'm a very monogamous person, and I'm very like committed to the person that I'm with. Like I'm
Mike, monogamous?
Yes.
Like, are you aggressively monogamous?
I wouldn't say aggressive. I haven't really had the chance to be aggressive.
What's the longest relationship you've ever been in?
The longest?
Yeah. The longest, like, good
Like,
relationship.
good relationship?
Or bad.
Or bad, yeah, it doesn't matter.
doesn't
But a person that you loved deeply that you were with long term.
Probably like 6 months.
Okay. That's a lot for someone who's 21,
22.
22.
From Florida.
Can we
From
just
Florida,
let the charade,
Jacksonville.
please? For our listeners, can we just let it go?
No, it's a real charade. I mean, a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike's 22.
Well, someone at your age, when I was your age, I had one girlfriend. I think I broke up with her when I was your age.
Yeah.
22 from Florida. And and then I got into another. I'd been dating that girl for like 5 years. And it's weird. I just date people for a long time. When I date
think
them.
you're a serial monogamist.
Yeah, I think so too. Which is a good way of saying I give really good foot rubs.
I've gotten like one foot rub.
Pretty good at compromising.
So 6 months, and were you very like about it?
Yeah, it was great.
What happened?
What happened? She turned into a lesbian.
And left you for someone manlier than you?
Yes, exactly.
Damn, were you heartbroken?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That sucks,
Really?
dude.
Yeah, she
When-
broke up with me at Six Flags.
Oh
And
fuck!
she told
Oh,
you
that's
it's
right.
because
Six Flags.
I'm a lesbian now?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember.
Do you keep up on her and just make sure she's still a lesbian?
Yeah, I've seen her every once in a while. She's dated dudes since me. So I think it's just an
Oh
excuse.
no.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, it was
Are you good
it's
in
no
a
bueno.
relationship? Like, are you a caring partner?
Yeah, I think I'm
I
great.
could see him being caring apart.
Like, what do you think is caring? Like, what do you do that's nice?
Like I support them.
Like, if they call you and they're crying because their dad didn't Venmo them enough money, are you supportive?
Oh, definitely.
I assume that's what millennials come.
I feel like I'm way too supportive because I've been in like bad relationships,
And you just support them with their bad habits.
and I haven't had like I haven't had the balls to like cut ties with them, even though
Oh,
it's
you keep up with them.
even though it's a bad relationship and they're kind of crazy, and I just kind of feed that.
Is that because other stuff is good, though?
Maybe
Are you codependent?
I wouldn't say I'm
I wouldn't say it's
codependent.
codependent if as long as relationship is 6 months.
Do you like to do, like, if you're in a relationship, do you like to do everything with your relationship partner?
I wouldn't say everything, but yeah, like I like keeping in contact and shit.
Keeping in contact is different than, like, do you like to go to the store with them? Do you like to do...
I mean, he's also a small child, so that might not have come.
Yeah, I'm just a little boy. We're not going to store together.
I love going to the store with you. Kayla took me to grocery outlet, and I'm a Safeway boy at heart. And I went to a grocery outlet.
Born and
it's
raised
like the
Safeway.
ghetto of grocery
It's so
stores.
ghetto.
There's like people asking me for change in every aisle. Like, and
He almost got
all the
shot.
product-
It's like the Tenderloin.
Everything is expired. I feel
It's
like
not
I
expired.
feel like at the end of the day, Safeway just dumps a bunch of shit in the grocery
Yeah,
outlet.
that's the
parking
business
lot,
model
and then-
of a grocery outlet.
Yeah, and then they
read
just
their
put it all
fucking
in there.
manifesto.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
But
not a
how
fan.
much
I
money
was
did you
born and
save?
raised Safeway.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Safeway all the way.
Me too, but this is the thing. If you're gonna buy Hot Pockets and you can spend $5 on a Hot Pocket or $2 on a Hot Pocket and it's the same fucking Hot Pocket, like, I'm not saying buy meat at a grocery outlet, although I do that too sometimes and it's good quality.
I'd rather go to a Safeway for the comfort.
and spend double
Yeah.
the money.
Sure.
I'm comfortable with Safeway.
And that's what I'm against, because it's nonsense. You're just, I feel like you're the kind of kid that your parents would call families they didn't like middle class growing up.
I was so middle class. It's
I feel like you were
ridiculous.
upper middle
I
class.
was upper middle, but I also got middle lower too during the recession. My parents lost.
I know,
$1
and
million
it was
in the
traumatic
housing
for
market.
you.
Oh yeah, there was no food. There was like, I'm not kidding when I say that there was like not enough food in the house.
That's not lower middle class.
Yes.
That's poor. Look, you can't
Yeah.
even say you were poor. You say you were lower middle class. This is what I'm
'cause
saying.
we weren't poor.
You're like such a classist.
But we were-
If there was no food in the fridge, that's poor. Just say I was poor.
I'm not class. Don't call me classist because
You're classist. No, you're classist because you won't call going hungry being poor. If you're not eating because you don't have money, you're poor.
But it was only for a little period of time.
You're still poor. I'm just gonna keep saying poor until you cry.
But I was also living. We were also living in a big house in Shingle. Like, it was a big
so your
multi-million
parents were
dollar
also
house.
just financially irresponsible, like yourself. They're like, we're not gonna shop at grocery outlet. We're gonna keep shopping at Safeway and only afford one Hot Pocket between the 5 of us. This is just what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never had to go through any of that. I was always
Yeah.
like upper middle class.
yeah. We went through waves with my family.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not like, not trying to neg you. I'm just saying, like, I
just don't think we were poor. We weren't poor. We were lower middle
But
class.
why does it pain you so much to say you were poor?
It doesn't pain me. I'm just not saying that we were, because I really don't believe it, because I think people are in much worse situations.
Yeah, but like I think your fundamental opposition to grocery outlet is just another example of how
It's just dirty.
Oh.
It's just dirty and gross.
It's not though. Food Max is dirty and gross.
Okay, yeah. If we're talking about
Food Max is
gross. Yeah.
gross. Grocery outlet is a bargain market.
It's a step up.
Yeah, look, if I can get the same pint of Ben & Jerry's and there's no difference and one is $2 and one is $6, that's just economics.
You gotta wonder who's coming in that Ben & Jerry's, though.
It's sealed.
Who is coming in that Ben and Jerry's?
And
Is it
look,
Ben or is it Jerry?
my sister worked at Safeway,
Either one.
and she watched a homeless man pee on the entire bread aisle. And then they only threw out the first layer of bread. So you want to talk dirty? Safeway's fucking
If the
gross.
pee didn't get on the other bread, why would you move
So you'll
it?
shop at a store that has hobo piss on the bread and pay
No,
full
'cause they
price?
moved the
That's
bread
why I
on.
buy the bread.
That's why I pay the extra money.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
For the homeless piss.
No, I think that it's nonsense. I think that there's this, it's part of the problem with this country is there's this ingrained sense of like paying full price is better.
I only go to a grocery outlet in October because it adds to the Halloween aesthetic, because there's like cobwebs.
Because you're so
It's
scared.
kind of scary. It's like a haunted grocery store.
Spooky.
That's what it's spooky. Like, yeah, totally.
But you buy your clothes at thrift stores.
Yeah, totally.
So you'll wear a shirt someone else has sweated in, but you won't eat food that's cheaper.
That someone else is sweated in.
Yeah.
It's not about eating food that's cheaper. It's about the shopping experience itself.
But the thrift stores are not classy.
I'm not saying it's classy. I'm just saying the shopping experience itself is much more pleasurable at a Safeway. And by that, I mean I come on the bread.
But but it's not a more pleasurable experience to shop at a Goodwill than at a Target, and yet you shop there. So why are you drawing the line at
I
grocery
prefer a
stores?
Goodwill to a Target.
Right.
Same.
Why are you?
Yeah.
Why are
Sam,
you
I was
not
walking
gonna-
around Target yesterday, just high as balls.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
And yeah, it was kind of a sad. Like halfway through, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I in this Target right now?
Totally.
I was in a Target
man.
when some mushrooms kicked in one time, and I'm like, I should not be in a Target right now. This is a lot. So I
Yeah.
left the Target, and I walked around Coddingtown. Also, not a place you want to be. Mushrooms.
Oh yeah, I remember that day. Was it the day that the homeless guy bonded with you?
No, I don't think you know about this day.
Oh.
It was a
Okay.
different day. Me and Nate.
You spend a
walking
lot of
around
time at Coddingtown on mushrooms.
No, not a lot. Sometime.
More than twice. More than once.
More than the average Joe, maybe.
Look, I know that you're now aggressive with me because I called your family poor and insulted your economic principles, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, we're really peeling back layers of relationships here.
I also don't like the police, and Chris thinks the police are the bee's knees, so there's just some fundamental differences.
All right, I just heard you telling your kids, "Oh, look at those police officers."
That was a mistake.
Yeah, they're fucking. They are the enemy, kids. Kids,
That's-
see those police officers.
They are.
They are the
They
enemy.
kind of are, though.
I'm like, yo, maybe you shouldn't tell your kids that the police officers are not someone to be trusted. And
But I
Yeah.
don't
by the
think
way,
that they are.
That's not the great move.
yeah, it's
You know
not a
what?
great move.
Guys, have you ever been sexually assaulted by a police officer?
Willingly?
More than you would think. Like, have I sexually assaulted a police officer?
No, have you been sexually assaulted by a police officer?
No. I feel like it's gonna get sad.
Yeah, I know where this is going. And Kayla, like, I understand you've had bad experiences with police officers, but as a whole, I believe that they're a good force for people.
I know. I've also seen you watch Cops and get so erect. So,
Cops is a good ass show.
Cops is a great show.
Look,
I've watched Cops
anything there's
with
good and bad.
consequence.
And I get what you're saying. Like, I think for kids, them having a sense of police officers being a good place to go when they're in danger is a great concept. But I also think that there's some serious problems with our policing in this country.
I think there's some people who shouldn't be cops, of course.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, it's a tough
I
job.
think it's a system that breeds like people becoming monsters.
A lot of people who want to become cops, it's kind of scary which kind of people want to become police officers. Yeah, but there's also really good cops out there who do really good work and keep keep everything together. Imagine a world with no cops. Do you want to live in that world, Kayla?
I'm just picturing everyone just having really lovely orgies. I
Yeah,
think
'cause
it's
that's
just
what the cops
Is that what cops are doing?
That's what the cops are stopping.
Cops are breaking up
Life was
lovely
like
orgies.
Summer Night
All right, fellas,
Dream.
here's what we got on the
We'd
docket
all
today.
be-
There's an orgy at
break up this hippie orgy. I think we'd all be laying around eating grapes off of stems and like gently sucking each other's clitori. You know,
Is that the world you want to live in?
It's
I don't
what
think
I-
you're a group sex sort of girl.
you don't know me.
All right.
Oh man.
Alan, hopefully that Tinder pans out
Yeah, pan.
and we get some more group sex going.
I'm a
Yeah,
pansexual.
match with us on Tinder and we will have some good group sex. Super like us and we'll all come on your face. We covered that.
Ooh, what a bonus.
Yeah, it's a big bonus.
Guys, this has been a heavy podcast.
This has.
We've discussed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotten
This
into it.
one should be called Fuck the Police, sort of. Some of them are good people. I think most of them are good. There's a few bad apples out there, as they say.
I think there's a
That'd
lot
be
of
a
bad
really
apples.
long title.
We don't have to keep talking about
That's-
the police.
that's
I
the
think that a good majority of them are awful.
a good
that's my
majority.
stance.
Really?
Because
Oh
I think
my
it's a system that
goodness.
breeds. I think that if people start out good and they become cops, it's a system that incentivizes problematic behavior.
Well, maybe there's people out there who agree with you. I, however, do not. Is that fair? We can
Yeah,
disagree
that's
about
what I'm
this
saying.
all
We
day.
can agree
Yeah.
to disagree. We can also agree to disagree that you're poor.
Fine. I was poor. Does that make you happy?
Yeah,
Great.
I'm so happy right now.
That's disgusting.
Wait. We never talked about your longest relationship.
My longest relationship?
So, but what I'm wondering is, are you faithful to your girlfriend? This is a hard transition. Are you faithful when you're in a relationship?
Yes.
Are you like the kind of faithful where it's like painful for you to be faithful, or are you just generally like, I'm really into this person, I like being faithful?
Yeah, no, it's not painful. It's just like I'm with this person and that's the person.
Because you want them to be faithful to you, or because that's just the kind of cat you are?
Yeah, like if I already have someone, I don't need more. I don't need another person. Because I already have this person. We're in like there's a bond.
I think I stay in relationships for too long where I'm not happy, and then
Yeah.
when I'm not happy, I tend to be an infidel. as Al Qaeda would say.
Infidel!
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But like once you're so you're saying that if you are in a happy relationship, then you stay committed.
That's not necessary. I mean, look, it's I've made mistakes in my past, and I feel like I'm in a press conference right now. And
You think you're getting commied?
Yeah, you're on trial right now.
yeah.
Just say I love beer, and then you'll get elected.
Look, I think I don't know.
We were talking about Mike, and then you had to start defending your sexual proclivities.
Okay, let's keep going.
About me?
Yeah. No, but I think that's, I mean, I don't know. I think that the problem I have is I'm monogamous, but then I also understand that we're all humans, and humans are animals, and our basal need is to procreate or just to fuck.
Also, like, if I'm in a relationship with someone, that's already unusual. Like, there's one person who will, like, be there.
Is it?
It's fucking unlikely that there's going to be another person at the same
Are you
time.
monogamous by default because you have a low self-esteem, or are you monogamous because of love?
That's how I think most.
It's
people.
probably the
Because of low
it's
self-esteem.
probably the latter of the two. But also, like, not low self-esteem. It's like I'm not an interest for a lot of people.
So when you find someone that you feel like is interested in you, you just cling on hard,
Sometimes, yeah.
regardless of your actual feelings.
No, because those are my actual feelings.
Desperation.
I guess so.
That's horrible.
Almost.
That's really interesting. You think that people are faithful because they have low self-esteem?
I think some people are faithful because they have no options. No other options. If another option was presented to them, you could test how faithful they are. And some people are super faithful, but I think some people are faithful because, one, they don't put themselves out there for more options, which is a good way to go. But also, just they've never been presented with another option.
So I guess that is the test of and that's the other thing is like, is being faithful necessary? I think that in our generation, a lot of people are becoming more open in their relationships because they're challenging the idea that you need to be faithful. That being faithful, I think, emotionally and physically are maybe two different things.
I would believe that, but also it causes problems whether or not.
Yeah, because there's always going to be a jealousy thing. There's always going to be something.
Even if there's no lying, even if you're open about it, there's a jealousy thing. And some people are in happy, open relationships, but there's also like a bunch of problems with that too, where they have to know that the girlfriend's being pounded out by some other dude, you know, and the girl has to know that they're banging some other girl.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with
No,
it.
I'm not comfortable
With
with
either
that
way.
whatsoever. No. And I'm not into that.
It's a weird thing because I feel like it's like our parents were aggressively faithful, but then there's a lot of like, is it better to go into a relationship and
Wait, are we talking about your parents?
no, God, see, and maybe that's why I have issues with this already because my parents dated for 9 years because every time my dad would start fucking someone else, my mom would break up with him and then they'd get back together for 9 years, and then after 9 years of that, I don't know who wore who down, but they got married. And so that's a weird way in my mind to go into a relationship. You know? Just to be like on the understanding that that's never gonna, I don't know. Guys, tell us, do you think that being faithful to a partner is an antiquated notion?
And if you want to have sex with all of us,
Any of us?
I think it's either
Any
all
of
or
us?
nothing. I think it's all or nothing.
all or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to have sex with all of us, find us on Tinder.
Tinder. Find us on Instagram.
Slide in our DMs.
Yeah.
Find us individually on Facebook. And then but if you do that, we're all going to tell the other one about it.
For sure, and they'll be invited, and we'll bang
We'll bang
all night.
In a
All night
consensus.
long, baby.
Just hard, passionate
soft.
love.
A halfie.
We'll half you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Sometimes all you need is a halfie to get the job done. A halfie can do a lot if you use your thumbs to get it going, and maybe you can get full staff, but if you don't, it's okay. A halfie's still a boner too.